Welcome to the moon, Horizon Lunar Colony.
They just wanted to make us wait, make us look a bit silly. Well, hopefully Yi-Win's going to come in and make South Korea look a little bit silly. They will be on the offense first. South Korea on the defense. Hey, there we go. Of course, Carpe's going to be on that Widowmaker. Libero coming up on that Junkrat again, though, to punish that tank line.
Yeah, Libero on this Junkrat. He does do 120 damage for every frag that is thrown out, and the concussive mine has a maximum damage of 120 if you hit it directly, but it does have a pretty steep damage drop off towards the edge of the blast radius. However, the knockback still applies its full effect, which means that you can disrupt a formation that can come through if it's more of sort of like a meatball-y composition where everyone's really stuck together trying to take advantage of area-based healing. But it looks like Hong Kong are going to be going for that. Instead, they have the dive tanks up here. Yi-Win, now the main tank, is going to be playing on that Winston, and GZQQ is going to be joining him on the Diva. Once again, double snipers are coming out, but we've got to contend with the one and only Big Fish.
Oh yes, they do. I'm seeing Jazzy right now on this Ana, and I'm quite excited. However, two very immobile supports could be Carbe's hunting grounds. However, it does mean if Muri does end up winning out this Widow duel, Jazzy and Mango Jai are going to have a very easy time actually moving up with their dive tanks.
Once they've broken the shield, in goes Yi-Win, but he's falling very low.
Beautiful sightlines here from Carpe. You can see he was just waiting. Doesn't want to peek and actually get some early initial kills. He knows these supports cannot fly over him. You're not a Mercy. You are an Ana. You are boots on the ground. Meaning, that was a nice shot.
That was actually very smart there from Fate. He didn't use his shield once more, and now he's put it down to shield up Ark as he goes for Resurrection. But I want to talk about what Fate did there on the defense. He didn't refresh his shield's HP so that he could put it down again after Yi-Win jumped into him, because after he dived in, the shield went down behind him, and that meant that Jazzy couldn't use that long-range antibiotic rifle healing because it was blocked by the shield. It meant Yi-Win took a whole lot of damage and died far more quickly than Hong Kong assumed.
Bit of a different offense here coming through from Hong Kong. They are sending their tanks on the left-hand side this time. Maybe to flank Carpe. It doesn't like, actually, they're going to go straight to point. Fate's actually going to go down. Carpe is going to find the return kill, but Libero with that tire is probably going to hunt the supports. Just waiting it out, stalling it for the time being. Remember, that voice line is global, so everybody's going to be able to hear it. Doesn't want to actually get on top of that Widowmaker. Knows so you can one-shot it, but it's going to satisfy himself with the D-Mech instead. D-Mech
onto GZQQ is going to have to go rather far if he wants to get himself killed, but no, Fate's going to have the Mercy there. They're not going to go for the staggers this time. Hong Kong going to have GZQQ returning to the mech and returning to the fray rather soon. There's the respawn coming through. But Hong Kong haven't even touched the point yet, Jaws. They may just have to try and move past the South Korean defense because Orisa's compositions are at their most vulnerable while the Orisa is mobile. Because once Orisa sets up and stationary, that's when she's at her most dangerous.
Another dive DPS coming through. We have got the Tracer now on the side of Hong Kong, but Jazzy has that Nanoboost. He's ready to rip and raring to go. However, the problem is right now, everybody's pretty low and everybody's actually not in a sight line. This is the problem with Ana. You can't really move across this ginormous area in front of him because this will happen.
Great,
you will get grabbed out, and
there.
Carpe is just going to gun you down.
Meko there using the defense matrix to eat the bar of grenade so that Jazzy couldn't heal himself. That's the only method of self-healing you have as an Ana. But Hong Kong, they have used a good amount of their time now. They do have 1 minute and 30 left. They've got 2 support ultimates in the bank, but look at South Korea. Jaws have got 5 ready to go, and Carpe doesn't even give a damn. He's just gone all the way forward with that damage boost from Ark, going in with a submachine gun.
They know they don't really need to expend anything here. A lot of the tanks from Hong Kong are just going on solo missions. Remember, Ana can't really move anywhere. He has got Nano though. Maybe they go for the dive again, try and force out that Transcendence fairly early. Could be quite crucial to their plans. So we'll have to wait and see what they want to do. They're going to be able to spot out the Ana, however. Jazzy getting dragged in once again, but Yi-Win is going to go for this long flank. Mango Jai also has that Transcendence, but still, got to contend with it. There's the Nano boost, but instant kill from Jonak onto Jazzy. That's a nice kill onto Carpe though, removing 1 damage potential threat from South Korea. But with that, Yi-Win is going to just tail on out of there. The problem is there's a lot of damage incoming. You don't have that damage resistance anymore as soon as that Nano boost wears off.
And with Jazzy being taken down as soon as the Nano boost was put out, it did mean Yi-Win didn't have that shielding or rather healing behind him. He did force Fate to use that shield defensively, however, so it's going to be used to offensively deny the healing for Yi-Win. Mango Jai, of course, he's got the Transcendence, but Transcendence isn't a vertical ultimate, Jaws. It works on a very lateral plane. You aren't able to move up between verticalities very quickly. So you've got to get your Zenyatta up there before he uses it.
Zen v Zen, Jonak wins it out. Another tire onto GZQQ's Meg, and it actually kills Yi-Win as well. The splash damage coming through. 15 seconds now remain for Hong Kong. They are going to be able to touch the point, but the problem is it's only a Tracer versus Meko. It has that self-destruct. Hasn't needed to use it just yet, and Carpe still has that Emphasize. 5 seconds now remaining, and now Mako is just permanently putting himself on the point, just making sure they can survive. Primal Rage and Winston's coming in, but already half HP. Libero's going to take him out of the sky with a bomb, and even Mikao going down as well. South Korea finding a full hold on Horizon.
Well, they thought bringing out the pocket pick of Horizon Lunar Colony would work better for Hong Kong, but South Korea, Jaws, they're incredibly prepared to head off to the moon. South Korean space program's going very well as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, apparently it is, and we're going to jump onto Hong Kong's defense now. They need to defend against South Korea. They only need one tick on the board, and they will claim the series. They are match point after all.
If they will. Question is, what are we going to see from Hong Kong to try and play for this draw? Technically now, there is no situation in which Hong Kong can win this series, because the best they can hope for here is to draw this series up and then win the next one, which would result in a 2-1 where we cannot go to a fifth map because, well, South Korea would have already won that. So, right now, it's all about pride, Jaws. Hong Kong trying to muster some national pride. I know they've got some supporters in the audience. There's some good support for Hong Kong attitude in this region. We'll have to see if
rally
they
up,
can
man.
muster that. Yeah, they've got to rally up. They've got to channel their inner Brigitte.
Exactly. Maybe bring out the Brigitte. Just stick yourself on the tank, refuse to move, then Orisa maybe double shield. I don't know. We'll see what they want to do. I wouldn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me in the slightest that we're actually seeing Mue on the Widowmaker. We've got to see him on it, man. Like, he might as well just show off himself at the moment. And to be fair, he is. He's taking Carpe for a ring around the rosy. South Korea on the offense. We'll see what they want to run in about 30 seconds. But Mue just sitting up on the high ground. It looks like they're going for a bit more of a South Korean defense here also. Just setting up with that shield from Orisa.
The old notice me coming from Mue, and we certainly have thus far. He was one of the bright spots of that offense, managed to pick off Carpe multiple times. But Fate's shield usage with the Orisa was really good for defending Arc when those resurrections were required. Arc was able to go far more risky than you would assume. And South Korea still having a couple of swap-ups here, trying to decide what they want to play with. Fate's not going to go in with the Hammond this time. We know that he does like to play it from our match against Finland yesterday, but Jonak going to be moving over onto a DPS. We do know that he can aim, and now he's on the Sombra to prove it once more.
Yeah, maybe he's going to translocate backwards just to see what everybody else is running. We'll have to wait and see. Double dive DPS coming through with the double dive tanks as well. South Korea. Uh-oh. Don't want to get him pro Carpe. Mue, you're not Widow Widimo anymore. You have to face off against Carpe Tracer, which is also quite scary.
Well, Carpe Tracer only has 150 health, however, and Mue can kill him in one body shot if he's damage boosted,
Sneaky
or
boy.
if there is a Discord Orb on that hero. And Jonak in the back, ready to try and force everyone onto a point at a moment's notice.
Yeah, they know he was there, and in fact you could see everybody trying to rotate to try and get him out. But Translocator, the little beacon, does last for an indefinite amount of time now, meaning that you can just translocate back to base if necessary, and so does the invisibility, just remains there until you are spotted out by some primary fire, or if you do reveal yourself after primary firing. So like they're on the point. There's Jonak. GTQQ getting hacked. Carpe's going to go in with the Tracer as well. Gives everybody a friendly hello. GTQQ's mech is going extremely low. They're going to plant themselves on the point. Already got half the capture completed. But there we go. That's what we wanted to see. Takes out Carpe on the Tracer. Is going to challenge Arc as well, who's afflicted with the Orb of Discord, meaning they're now just going to perch themselves on the high ground. But still, South Korea with bodies on the point.
And Jonak and Carpe will be able to return to their fray rather quickly, but Face taking a lot of damage, and Arc needs to heal him up. Mue dodging out of there with a grappling hook, and Yuwind is forced onto a point. He used both his cooldowns.
Oh, Yiwin's going to go down as well. Jazzy coming in, showing off some DPI, but no, Mako is going to push him away and execute him. South Korea are going to find their third map win. 3-0 in the series, and a series win.
Nice bit of spin tech there from Jazzy, trying to make himself much harder to headshot. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter when you're just getting ran into by Meko, because you can cancel that resurrection with knockback and displacement abilities if you move Mercy far enough away from the soul of the player that she's trying to resurrect, and that's exactly what happened right there. Meko denied that. They couldn't get their main tank back, and unfortunately without the main tank there of the Orisa, it meant that Hong Kong's defense fell apart.
Yep, that does mean we're jumping on to Escort as our final game type of the day. We've seen a lot of Escort maps recently. We've seen a lot of Rialto. I kind of hope it's that. We'll have to see what they want to do, draw out. And we've seen a couple of interesting strats. South Korea versus Finland yesterday, holding right up to the gate. That was pretty nice. Finland just hitting them where it hurt.
Yeah, hit them where it hurt. We'll have to see if Hong Kong can do the same thing. Once again, I will iterate that our map pool is completely open here at these group stages, meaning that you can pick any Escort map that you wish. I think that's Risk 66, Watchpoint Gibraltar. We've got Rialto. And one more, which I'm forgetting.
Dorado.
Dorado! That's it.
That's actually one I was thinking
beautiful
about.
Dorado.
Hey, you want to jump on Dorado?
I want to see some Dorado.
Same, honestly.
But
just pop the pinata's head. It's pretty fun.
yeah, if you punch that sombrero, it goes flying. It's very amusing.
Exactly. That's one of the best things, honestly, about just playing around in Overwatch just before the game starts, just punching everything that can physically move.
Yeah,
destroying all the
beautifully
barrels.
destructive environment. Unfortunately, not phone boxed on King's Row.
Unfortunately not. Let's have a look at what that map is, though. We'll see what they want to play for Escort. It will be Rialto. Okay. This is a map we talked heavily about yesterday. In fact, a lot of these OWL teams and players just haven't really played a whole lot of Rialto in a professional setting. It wasn't in the OWL map pool last time around, but it has been in contenders. So maybe Hong Kong Attitude's players on the side of Hong Kong might have a little bit of advantage here.
Yeah, statistically, this is a very defensively favored map. We see a lot less completions. Usually it's about 50% win rate for offense or defense, but here the defense is heavily favored. So we'll have to see who's going to be starting off fair. I do imagine, once again, it will be South Korea.
Would make a lot of sense. We're going to jump to a quick map explainer, though. How does Escort actually work?
This is Escort. Two teams face off as either defenders or attackers. This is the payload. The attacking team has a limited amount of time to escort the payload along a set path containing 3 checkpoints. The payload only moves forward when an attacker stands near it. Defenders can delay the payload's movement by standing nearby at the same time. To get moving again, attackers must clear away the defenders by force. Every time the payload reaches a checkpoint, the attackers score 1 point and gain additional time on the clock. If even one attacker is near the payload when the clock runs out, the game enters overtime. This extends play indefinitely until the attackers are either cleared off the payload or they gain more time by reaching a checkpoint. The round ends when the payload reaches the destination or when time runs out. Teams switch sides each round. Whichever team scores the most points and escorts the payload farthest wins.
And there you go. That's exactly how Escort works. Now it's going to be broken down in this game. South Korea on the defense first up, you call it, and Hong Kong on the offense.
South Korea going to be looking to go some boots on the ground once more. Fate picking up that trusty Reinhardt again. Going to be swinging for the fences, and Meko, his trusty Squire, at his back on the Zarya, giving you the projected barriers. And eventually going to shine by themselves, and they glow up like a Christmas tree with all the energy that you can get. Those of you who aren't too aware of the mechanics of Zarya, if the bubbles that you project, or the particle barriers, are hit by the enemy, you start to accrue energy. You can store up to 100 energy on Zarya, which dissipates over time, and every single point of energy from 1 to 100 increases your damage by 1%, meaning you can do up to double damage when you have 100 charge and get your Graviton Surge, an incredibly effective ultimate, very quickly.
I'm just saying. I mean, I think the Reinhardt's the Squire in this situation.
Mate,
They're like, you shield me, I do the
Reinhardt
damage.
is never the Squire. Like, he has a Squire. He's got Brigitte.
Yeah, but everybody else is doing the damage. He's not doing anything. He's just holding
Mate,
shield.
You know that Fraggy's got damage.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Oh dear.
Well,
that was
Carpe's doing damage
Mumi
now.
watches Jazzy die on the point. She jumps up and briefly trips over the ankle and just unfortunately ends up going down.
Carpe's
first
cruel.
time.
I'm going to make
He
you
is.
watch your friends.
Unlucky. Mumi doesn't really see anything in that situation. Ends up just backing off at the time. Yiwin going fairly aggressive though. He's going to want to force Libera off the high ground. Just on the Genji. Uh-oh, Carpe,
Surprise!
not where you want to be. Mui finds his head. First kill for Mui on the board, but Ark is there with the swift resurrection.
Not quite as aggressive as one would like from Hong Kong to try and move in and deny that resurrection from Ark, who has fallen low. Jonak's down, and that means the resurrection still isn't here. It's on a 30-second cooldown, and Carpe was brought up.
Nice. Now Hong Kong can move through these streets, and he wins.
Oh, monster.
Okay, this is why they brought him in. Takes out 2. Carpe and Ark going to go down. Maybe this is the advantage I was speaking about, Harry. They haven't played it. This is the secret sauce that everybody needs to beat the South Korean team. You guys haven't played Rialto in a professional format. Well, welcome to our world.
They got out the hot sauce jaws, and it's getting spicy here on Rialto. South Korea still have a chance to try and keep this contested here. Libero's moved over now onto that Genji. He's going to have a quick reflect to put Mue on notice, and Fate's moving in, but is caught in the dragon, won't be able to contest.
Nice Dragon Strike coming out from the hands there, and that does mean they're going to be able to get pushed back. Carpe, oh, you've unspotted Mui, not where you want to be anymore. Yiwin does receive a nano boost, jumps straight onto the point. He's going to be able to demech Meko and kill him off. Beautiful first cap here from Hong Kong. That's a beautiful time bank. Also, 5 minutes now available to them, and Carpe's dead. Perfect. Hong Kong can now move through these streets pretty much uncontested.
Well, no question as to why Hong Kong chose Rialto. You win return to payload now for a little bit of healing. He has built up that Primal Rage. He's not moving forward at the moment, or at least he's not doing damage because he does not want to feed ultimate percentage to the supports of South Korea. Both of them already have their ultimates, but still, it's a good practice.
However, Libero has got the blade, was able to build it up throughout those fights, meaning that he can unleash it whenever he likes, and receive that damage boost from Ark. Beautiful shot, again, from Mue. Just a perfect sightline as well for the Widowmaker. You can just see people over the payload there. Yi-Wing goes from the back line, still has Primal Rage for the defense if he needs it. Jonak is going to be in trouble, but apparently the back line and the support line of Hong Kong are in trouble as well. Libero is going to end up finding Kao on the Hanzo, and that will be the Zenyatta going down also. And now clean-up crew for the side of South Korea. Yi-Win find themselves in a sticky situation inside his own bubble, and Carpe sees it go down and easily clicks on it.
Some fancy footwork there from Macau to try and avoid the acrobatics of his younger brother on the Genji, but unfortunately, you're going to need more than fancy footwork to get past South Korea, who have held now under the archway and can set up here.
Carpe, a slow-mo death onto Jazzy. You're going to pay for it with every inch. See, bubble goes down, bang, instantly killed. Carpe showing up once again, 57% on ult charge. Jonak's going to go down. Resurrection swiftly brought out by Ark to make sure Jonak doesn't go down once again. Got to be careful, man. Do not challenge Mue, especially when you don't have Carpe there.
Yeah, Carpe now is going to be fully looking to challenge Mue there. Instead, oh, you thought you got out, buddy, but no, Mue's just going to evict you.
Evisceration. Even Jonak's going to go down once more, being a little bit too aggressive maybe. Libero's going to find the slice and dice through Jazzy, but Yi-Win's coming up big with the nano boost once more. Ark is going to fall, and that means Hong Kong have won this team fight for the time being. However, not so fast as Fate jumps in on the back line, but swiftly was Yi-Win able to corral the rest of his team and be able to win the fight from there.
Crucially, this entire... Oh, no, not again!
This is torture. You know we had him for sights. There's a global voice line, Carpe. What are you doing? 90% on your own, though, so you're going to be able to bring that out. But another 4 minutes here for Hong Kong to push up to this final point.
Just giving him the old cheeky peek. And now Hong Kong with 4 minutes here. That's a very good time bank. We talked about how Rialto can be defensively favored, or rather scientifically is defensively favored. But it doesn't look like that's much condolence right now for South Korea, who have won this series, but certainly aren't winning Rialto right now.
Hey, they're going to show up. Libero's got the blade once more. Emphasized coming out to spot every member of Hong Kong out. Jazzy falls first to Carpe's headshot. Might not need the blade now. Main healer falling down does mean they don't really need anything, any more ult investment. In South Korea, one thing they've done extremely well, in fact, obviously the multiple things that they've done well, is just holding ults when they actually don't need them. Because Carpe activating the Imprecise and finding one kill just more or less means you've won the fight.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Fate now going to be dueling out against Yi-Win, who's been incredibly impressive thus far, and is getting a lot of healing from Jazzy. That long-range biotic rifle, very good at sustaining those tanks in fights if Fate doesn't use his shield to try and block him off. Quick sleep there, but just as quickly woken up.
Carpe needing a little help killing Mue this time, and Libero is going to be there, but Libero is taken out rather quickly. Another big flank from Carpe. Uh-oh, you know exactly where he is now. Going to have to back off. Transcendence used to save the Ana. Carpe going extremely low, but still willing to peek as that bomb did come off as well. Fake trying to go for the mid-air duel on the Hanzo. Easy kill for him. Just there's Orb of Harmony on that Widowmaker, so you're going to have to back off. Mui alive and well for the time being, but that might just be all said and done. Zenyatta taking the 1v1, but GZQQ was there with the backup.
Some great shield dancing there from Fate to try and avoid the charge choppers coming in from Mango Jai. In comes the self-destruct. Looks like Jonak might be caught and eviscerated by the shrapnel, but Ark may well be ready to come in with a resurrection. Not quite. They're going to instead try and just move away here. South Korea going to give up some space to Hong Kong. Instead, they want to play with all 6 members respawn.
Nice Sonic arrow actually hitting Ark there, revealing most of the teammates. Libero comes in with a blade though. Macau's going to go down. Jazzy is going to be next. That will be the Winston falling to Libero with the triple kill. He was waiting for the blade. 1 ult investment, 3 kills, 1 team fight. Fate went down in the chaos, but gets resurrected once again.
Now, Hong Kong, they're going to be relying very heavily on the single ultimate, which they have. Macau with the Dragon Strike. And already, it's been used from spawn. I imagine Macau's now going to be swapping over potentially to a Genji or to a Brigitte. Okay, may well be swapping up the comp entirely here. Usually see Brigitte trying to come in to defend some supports. We see Jazzy moving over from that Ana on to the Mercy. Less raw healing available for these tanks, but it does mean they're much more mobile and able to avoid Libero a little bit better.
His unpack's going to be pretty useful for Mango Jai as well. Mui. He knows where Carpe is, or at least he thinks he knows. Carpe is, however, in the spawn. As you can see, E-Wind is going to get taken out. Carpe now moving forwards, but Fate is going to do most of the work for him as he does corral them into the sight line. Another thing that we talked about yesterday was the fact that a lot of these tanks, especially on the side of South Korea, Mako and Fate, they just corral them straight into the sight line of Carpe, and Carpe is there just to kill them off. Mue now moving forward, has got the damage boost from Jazzy, so he might be able to take out Libero here if he's careful enough. Got to avoid Carpe first up, but Mako's still got the bomb.
And the reason they can corral so well is because Mako and Fate are very good at going on the same target, so their damage combined is too much to stay in one place and try and brawl out against these tanks. Fate's out to the back, though, he only needs his own damage to deal with Mue.
Mue was all on his lonesome. Arc will activate the ultimate. Long-range healing from the Mercy now, and can sit in the skybox as well. Libero building up towards another blade. 90%. He's ready to unleash when it gets out, but he might not even need it. Dashes through GZQQ. Another kill onto Jazzy. Can't sleep dart him if you're not the Ana. Can't even bionade him. Mercy. Wings were clipped, and Libero has the blade.
He does, and it's going to be very hard to defend against, but Mango Jai does have a Transcendence, which is the best answer across Overwatch for a blade, except for killing the Genji. He can give 300 HPS to everyone within the radius of that effect, and we can see if he's going to be able to hold his nerve until Libero is going to draw out that blade.
Oh, double headshot. Blade comes out as well. 5 seconds remaining. They're going to have to get on the car. Even Jonak using that Transcendence to keep everybody alive and well. Mikhail's going to go down on the Brigitte. They chase down Yi-Wind, and that'll be Mango Jai coming in the end with the Transcendence. Manages to get a little bit healing off. Jazzy is going very low, though. Libero is going to end the misery of GZQQ. Self-destruct on the point. Nothing needed. No extra ultimates. Mako, he's sitting there. He's got the self-destruct. He don't need it. Mue's going to go down. Did hop on the Tracer, but wasn't able to get anything done. Hong Kong with an impressive push. Do manage to secure 2 points on the board.
It's about as far as you get. And that's about as far as South Korea got yesterday against Finland. So, can't be complaining too much about that. But now, we have to see if South Korea can do a little bit better, Jules. It's their turn to attack on Rialto. Defensively favored, like we said. And Hong Kong appear to have a very solid plan for this escort map, so we'll have to see if that plan holds true when they move over onto the defense.
We saw the Doomfist, we saw the Wrecking Ball. I cannot wait to see if they're actually going to bring that out again. You know, I was talking to Ark a little bit and I said, you're going to have some special plan for today, right? You've got to have some funny picks. I was like, you're going to play Doomfist again? That'd be so much fun. He was like, yeah, Doomfist, not really much of a surprise anymore. It's just really fun to play. And he's like, you know, I'd love to play a little bit soon.
It's fun to watch as well.
It is fun to watch. Kind of frustrating when to play against, I'm not going to lie. The uppercut one-shot on the Zenyatta. Jonak, I thought you were playing.
Jaws is a Zen main. He does have a bone to pick with Doomfist.
I just get farmed. I literally get farmed by Doomfist. It's actually scary. So, oh, Doomfist on the enemy team. Looks like I'm not going to play the game now.
Well, there's no time for farming. It's time for casting. Jaws moving over onto the defense. 46 seconds until South Korea are let out of the gate. And right now, just a little bit of mess around in the spawn room. So let's look to the other side. Hong Kong on the defense have gone for those dive tanks and want to move between targets very quickly. They have to go onto the same one so they can combine the 135 DPS of the fusion cannons from GZQQ with a 60 DPS coming out of Yi-Win's Tesla coil. 60 DPS is the same as Mercy currently heals on the patch which we are competing, which means that if you are attacking a target as Winston, it's got the Mercy pocket on it, you're not really going to be doing any net damage. You need that combined damage from other diving targets or from snipers on that target to try and get the kill there. Or you can just go onto the Mercy itself, but Mercy is incredibly evasive due to Guardian Angel being on a 2-second cooldown.
3, 2, 1. South Korea on the offense now. Hong Kong on the defense. And what a boon of confidence from Hong Kong as well. Securing 2 points against South Korea. Like you just said, they got this far against Finland the other day. And I got to say, Hong Kong, they know exactly what they're doing. The game plan is stick Mui on that Widowmaker. Double sniper also with those dive tanks. Just give Mui a lot of space. And he's granting himself a lot of space here. Ark, you're sitting still, buddy.
Brutal.
Your head's just going to be revealed. They know where he is now, but he's just dip, duck, diving and dodging on those railings. Carpe is going to find the kill onto Mango Jai. He's on the Brigitte this time. He wants to have a little bit of fun. He's going to take a little bit of damage. However, Mui doesn't quite get out alive. In fact, Libero is going to end his life.
Who needs a Mercy? We'll just have Jonak solo support. And there he is, taking out Yi-Wind as well, taking care of himself. And also, Carpe throwing him an armor pack, going to make it very hard in the face of danger. That will fade away after a while. Look at Fate building up very quickly towards that Earth Shatter and Libero. Oh no, are they going to try and spawn camp Ark?
I think they are.
Mikal.
Wrong place, wrong time, buddy.
Oh, they came back
no.
for a pickup. Great team play there from South Korea.
But now they know Mikal's behind, so they know exactly how to position the shield. You can see Fate turning around, make sure he doesn't take arrows to the back. Yiwin's going to go low on the point, going to dash back to that mega health pack, but Jonak going fairly low on the side also. The supports are getting harassed, meaning Fate can't really push forward here. And now, finally, Carpe coming up big. Yiwin is going to get affected by that bionic grenade and going to move forward with that nano boost as well, doing a lot of additional damage. Jonak, main DPS it seems right now. South Korea is going to find Mikal once again, but Mui's going to take out Libero. They end up delivering the cart, however, as they were all pushed back as Carpe assaults the bridge and is able to find the kill onto GZQQ's mech.
Hong Kong going to quickly have to retreat here. They see the melee weapons of Carpe and Fate swinging forward, and they don't want to have anything to do with that. In the back, Libero going to pick off Jazzy with that storm bow. That's going to be someone who they're going to have to wait to respawn before they recontest it. Meanwhile, South Korea, they're pushing this cart forward rather quickly. Look at Jonak there, the trusty carts in Yata. He knows that he doesn't have damage drop, so he can just stay there as long as he wants.
Cart Yata, maybe they should make a skin of that where he dresses up
Zen
as
Carter.
Zen Carter, that's better. Actually, I like that one. Don't come for me to design decisions. I was a programmer once upon a time and left the design to everybody else. South Korea though, look at those ultimates. Stormer's got 6 on the board. That'll be Libero with another kill. Mango Giant's going to go down, and now Fate pushing forward rather aggressively. Not where you want to be, GZQQ, unfortunately. You can admire the artwork in the paintings, but you're going to be splattered across the wall and join them soon. GZQQ getting taken out as well as he does exit the Met rather quickly. Nice nade onto Fate, stops that healing coming through, but a nice grab also is going to end the life of Mikal. That will be an easy right click for Jonak just to pick up, and that'll be a res onto Libero also. Very swift push coming through from South Korea.
And that's a really good decision making there from Fate to keep his shield up rather than swinging into the Graviton. He knew that he already had his ultimate, so he wasn't going to be gaining anything from that. He would only be gaining damage and trying to kill the members of Hong Kong, but he knew that he had so much burst on his team from Libero with that Hanzo where he can hit the headshots and take people out in one shot, that they would be able to claim this one after another. And that means that Libero now has the Dragon Strike ready to go. They're going to try and use this to secure this point against Hong Kong, but look at the ultimates that Hong Kong have. They have 4 ready to go. It's going to be an ultimate showdown, Jules.
They have to get past that rally as well. Carpe did activate that a second ago. Mako and Jonak, extremely tough targets to now chew through. Fate moving forwards, and look how look at his position right now. He's just holding this corner here, just making sure the tanks can't get a good angle to really dive. He has got Shadow also, so if they do end up exiting and leaving the back line of Hong Kong, they will go down. Look at where the cart's position, though. Is going to be a couple of meters now away from the finish line. Fate just chewing through this bubble. He has to get rid of it before he can go for that Shadow. Carpe already finding one. Jazzy as well. Hammer hits the ground, doesn't find anybody, and a nano boosted Hanzo off to the side, trying to kill off Carpe. And the Dragons are going to make sure an easy D-Meg comes through from GZQQ, and the self-destruct actually kills Libero off. Face still on the cart, and you got to touch it. Mango Giant finds one with the help of Mikal. That'll be Jonak falling, but Libero is going to be there. Easy kills for him. That will be the Primal Raging Winston using the ultimate on card.
Look at
But the
Fate shielding out the heals.
He's going to easily go down, as like you said, no heals from him. Jazzy can't penetrate that barrier, and now it's just the Tracer, but Mui steps off for a brief moment, in South Korea 4-0 Hong Kong.
There was so much fight at the end there from Hong Kong, trying their best to struggle against the Titans that are South Korea on their home turf here in Incheon. Unfortunately, South Korea, they have won 2 times in a row, Jaws. They are a monolith and very hard to topple.
It's well, yeah.
Very hard to crack.
Very hard to crack. All the chinks in the armor, only just bruised. No cracks in the armor just yet. However, Hong Kong securing 2 points actually on Rialto really shows their strength. We've already picked up on Mui, but Yi Wind also receives a lot of support from his Ana, and the nano boosts are put to very good use as well.
Yeah, we saw a change in style there from Hong Kong. They moved over from Reinhardt-centric compositions where they had Am Crazy playing on that main tank more. Instead, they decided they were going to move over to be Winston-based, so they could move into a backline. They could pressure out Jonak, they could pressure out Carpe, and make sure these guys weren't getting the space they had earlier in the game.
And that seemed extremely important, not only because they were pressuring out the supports in the back line, but it gave Mui a whole lot room to maneuver as well. And he wasn't, and the supports from Hong Kong weren't as well, were more protected just because of that. And I want to see more Yi Wind, honestly. The nano boost usage has just been stupendous, and them putting a lot of resources into him, throwing the nade on him also to make sure he's getting a lot of healing, because you are going up against Fate, the Reinhardt beast, and he's just kind of swinging into you whenever he feels like it, and you have to have that additional healing to survive it. But when he does, he makes the back line tremble in fear.
Yeah, Fate's he's super intelligent when it comes to those battles. He denies healing as well as doing damage when it comes to dealing with an Nano, where you can use the shields to block those bardic rifle shots.
Well, with that 4-0, South Korea will stay firmly up to the top of that group. We're going to jump over to the stage, though. Golden Boy has got an interview for us.
Okay, Golden Boy here with Ark, the support player for Team South Korea. Ark, congratulations on your win. Very familiar territory, me and you talking once again here. So, how, I guess, has the team been after that Finland matchup yesterday? Because that was such a close game.
Everyone was actually really tired, so like some of them just went to sleep afterwards, so something like that.
I did the same thing. I went straight to sleep. Yeah, very lazy of me. Okay, so now as far as this matchup was concerned, you know, Hong Kong, obviously, you know, kind of a weaker opponent here. You guys looking very strong, but did you guys still prep for them and see like what you could do? Because, you know, Mue was hitting some incredible shots. Did you think about how to play around that a little bit, or just do your thing?
We tried to do our things, but actually we saw their balls, how do they play, and well, try to pick out some comms from it, and I think it works great.
So your next matchup is going to be against Japan later today. They are a good team. You know, everyone's calling them the dark horse team. Do you think that they're going to put up a challenge, or do you think that South Korea is going to be able to overcome all those odds?
I think they'll put up the challenge, of course, but we should win 4-0 because I made a promise that something. So.
Yeah. So they should win 4-0 because you made the promise and you got to win 4-0. Okay. All right. Well, Ark, thank you so much for your time, buddy. We're going to send it back over to the casters and everyone to break it all down.
Well, Ark seeming pretty confident. I'm going to 4-0. I made a promise to somebody.
He's
so
a good guy. He keeps his promises.
Well, there we go. Hopefully,
it's a respectable trait
hopefully
in
they
any
do.
human.
But Japan, you know, like Golden Boy said, they've put up quite a challenge, and they are the dark horse of this group.
Yeah, they are coming as an entire team. Cyclops Athlete Gaming coming in from Contender specifically are a finalist there for that Contender season, so pretty formidable team. But have to see what they can do against the Overwatch League caliber that is South Korea.
Yep. And let's break down this game a little bit more now. You saw the stats actually from Ark on the left-hand side of the screen during that interview. 55 defensive assists, 14 resurrections as well.
He's always in the correct place to be healing people in a clutch moment. We can see that Jazzy did have his moments as well. He was the main Ana player for the side of Hong Kong, and we don't see a huge amount of Ana. It's coming to be more in vogue in recent weeks, but it's still not always seen. We often see more of like the classical Mercy's and Yada combination that often came out of Seoul.
Carpe. It's just a highlight reel, really. Zam Crazy just kind of getting demolished on point. Did find the flame strike kill onto Meko's mech, but that was all done. Lift the shield for a moment, and you will end up getting taken out. Even Mui had some performances, but Meko on this point specifically, they're doing a good job at this with this Reinhardt, with this Orisa Diva comp, but just challenging the high ground, making sure they can carve space.
Yeah, and we can see Libero also incredibly dangerous on that Junkrat, was able to demolish the tank line of Hong Kong multiple times by using those high damage projectiles, which are incredibly effective against these tank lines because they're so easy to hit. Projectiles inherently are a little bit harder to aim with, so when you're going up against large hitboxes, it can be incredibly rewarding.
There we go, Yi-Win popping off. This is when they subbed him in. They subbed him in for the 4th match, and that was a nasty kill. Carpe definitely wasn't expecting that.
Carpe definitely wasn't expecting Mue, and I don't think anyone really was, except for Chat going with the spec Mue, and we definitely saw quite a bit of him. But we had to spectate everyone here, because everyone was really doing incredibly well on the side of both South Korea and Hong Kong.
Nice 1v1. Jonak, the king of Zenyatta, 1v1 in Hanzo's like it's nothing.
Just, you got to respect the king. If you don't respect the king, then you are going to fall down. I saw Mue trying to go with a duel for a duel with him more often. I think he actually won out more duels against Carpe than he did out against Jonak.
Yeah, it does feel like does feel like it. I mean, even though with the Storm Arrow, you got 6 shots. You can just fire off them pretty damn rapidly. But the problem is, you got Jonak. He's got those orbs of destruction.
He's got 20 of them in a clip.
A whole lot of damage.
Yeah, especially if you charge him up, just peeks around the corner and decimates you.
Oh, we have got a match coming up very soon as well.
Yeah, do you want to tell me what it is, Jules?
No.
Oh.
Sure. It's Chinese Taipei versus Japan. We talked about them earlier, Japan being this dark horse. Chinese Taipei just showing a little something. I want to see if this synergy from Japan is really going to win them out in this next game.
Yeah, definitely will be a slobber knocker, but we'll see you after this break.